Oh, you fuck. Welcome back to the True Geordie Extra channel where I do all my combat sports videos. Don't forget, if you want to look good in the gym, our Gymshark link is in the description below. Do you remember that last video we made? I talked about Chael Sonnen having a go at me, called me a big fat bald guy who knows nothing. It turns out he's talking about someone else who matches that description. So, this is awkward. Sorry, Chael. I would delete the video, but it's actually doing pretty good on the views. So I hope you can appreciate that. I'd love to apologize to you on a podcast because you're a bit of a hero of mine and now I look like a dick. Sorry, mate. So here's the tweet a lot of people have been talking about. Conor McGregor finally seems to acknowledge Jake Paul. Like, he could be talking about Logan, but he's talking about Jake Paul. Jake Paul's the one who's been talking about his wife. Let's be honest. UFC high-level fighting over blogger jackass boxing. We've got a bite, ladies and gentlemen. Jake Paul just won.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
That is what he's been wanting. He's got it. You know, he didn't name him, but he might as well have. Jake Paul responded. Shock. Jack Daniels over proper 12. It's a good response. Not true. I've drank them both heavily, and proper 12 definitely is better than Jack Daniels. But this is the beginning, potentially, of a fight between these two. It could easily happen. This is mental. Can you fucking believe this shit? This is mental. I know it's just tweets, but this is how it starts. This is how it started between Mayweather and McGregor. Little jabs on social, little things in interviews. Boom. When Jake says, I am the big money fight for Conor McGregor, he's actually right. And I know a lot of people are going to hate that. If we're talking about who he can make the most money with, it's facts. Someone else who's responded to Jake is Dana White. You might remember Dana saying, I will bet $1 million that Jake Paul loses to Ben Askren. Apparently, he forgot to go to the betting shop. Forgot to put it on. Funny that. Funny, innit?
Why don't you go fight a fucking boxer? What the f*** are these guys keep talking to UFC guys for?
Why is Dana White worried about Jake Paul calling out UFC fighters? To try and answer Dana's question, Jake Paul, taking up boxing, still young in the game, you know, still learning. And he is not ready for big name boxers because they've made their name from being very good and elite at it and have all the experience. So he can't fight them. But he's Jake Paul, so he needs big names. MMA produces more big names than boxing. And MMA fighters are not just focused on boxing, but they are bad motherfuckers. So if he can take them, put them in boxing ring with them, beat them up, it makes them look great, wins a lot of money. It's fantastic. The only problem with that for Dana White, and that's why he wants to slap him with a legal letter, is Jake Paul's going, hey, UFC guys, come over here and make a shitload of money with me, more than Dana White's ever fucking paid you. That's the fucking elephant in the room here. And that's why Dana's getting pissed. I know people might not like Jake Paul, but he's stirring shit up right now. It's making it fun. Jake Paul has 25,000 people or some shit in the UFC audience chanting his name. Yes, they're saying fuck Jake Paul. It doesn't matter. It quite honestly does not matter. If you're a UFC fighter, you're wishing that was about you. You're wishing, why do people give a shit? One way or another, he's made people care. He's playing it so well. But from what I can see, Daniel Cormier has come over and he's saying, keep my name out of your fucking mouth. And Jake Paul said, you put my name in your mouth first. I mean, Daniel Cormier did say some shit first about Jake. Jake wasn't talking about Daniel Cormier. But the point is Daniel Cormier is a bad man, you know? So even if he says something about you, I would just take that and just keep it moving. But Jake Paul just sees an opportunity to wind up this old MMA fighter in his head. He's like, I'm going to make a fool out of you. And he probably will. I wouldn't like to take a punch off Daniel Cormier. That's what I will say. Daniel's a grown man, though. He needs to be clever about this. He needs to not get, like, suckered in. Like, Jake is a troll of trolls. Like, sort of, this isn't going to end well for he'll just clown Daniel Cormier and they'll never fight. That should never happen. I'm just saying that now. Let's not do that, you know. So Jake Paul basically, you know, stole the show in an event that he didn't even fight on. You know, one of the first questions at the press conference for Dana White was about Jake Paul.
What you thought about that whole spectacle? I mean, the crowd was chanting Jake Paul. They had the little, you know, confrontation there.
Listen, I've said it before and I'll say it again. This kid's done a good job of putting himself in a place to make some money, man.
At least Dana is speaking, you know, facts there. It's one thing not liking the guy, but hating on him for the sake of it and not acknowledging what he's done, it just makes you look dumb. And credit to Dana there. Dana's a promoter. His whole thing is let's make as much noise as humanly fucking possible. Dana probably knew back when Tito Ortiz and Chuck Liddell were fighting, this ain't exactly the highest level I'm ever going to get to, but we got to make it seem the event of the century. He knows promotion. He's probably the greatest promoter of all time, in fact. And Jake Paul's making a whole lot of fucking noise. So he has to respect it.
He knocked out an NBA guy that was 40 years old and 30 pounds less than him. And, I don't even know what to think about the Askren thing, man.
He was trying to discredit Jake there. So he goes off the NBA fight, and then he's like, I don't even know what to think about the Ben Askren thing. What do you not know? What, the guy who you said you'd bet $1 million to win? Oh, you don't want to talk about that fight? Okay then.
Listen, do you know what would happen to this guy? He ain't fighting in the UFC. These guys are... You're getting me talking about this fucking guy again.
Oh, triggered. He's
getting hand-picked opponents, and God knows what else is going on with that whole fucking thing.
Can we just every single fight in the UFC is hand-picked. Someone's choosing the fights, pretty much. Like, there is a guy whose job it is to hand-pick. He's a boxer, just starting out. What do you want from the kid? You want to fight fucking Canelo now?
There is a market for that. That's not what I do.
He employed CM Punk. Just... Remember how bad that was? Why did he do it? For the numbers. Dana White is in the numbers game. Yes, the best fight and the best is part of that, but not always.
And the numbers that you're hearing that they did are full of shit. They didn't pull those kind of numbers at all. Not even fucking close.
I'm not going to argue with Dana. The numbers are probably embellished. Triller are just a company trying to make a big buzz and noise about what they're doing. So if they add some numbers on, it makes it seem bigger than what it was, and next time more people are interested. That being said, the UFC have definitely done that in the past. Boxing has done that religiously. Mayweather is the king at that. People think Mayweather's great at defending punches. He's even better at lying about his income. I don't have a problem with it because it's just part of fighting. You make it seem like we have more people interested than anyone else. I'll tell you what doesn't lie, and that's the YouTube numbers, to be honest. Officially. The YouTube numbers on the run-up to that fight, like interviews with Ben Askren, a man who no one ever gave a fuck about, were getting millions of views. On millions. Even Jake elevated Ben Askren. Do you know what I mean? Like, when I went to the gym, everyone, Jake Paul fight. No one was talking about the UFC fight that happened the same night. The world was interested in that. So yes, the numbers may be embellished. It doesn't change the fact that Jake Paul, in my opinion, judging by everything I've seen, put on one of the biggest fights of the year numbers wise. There's just no doubt about it.
Tonight, what happened here tonight is what I do. The best versus the best.
I'll tell you what, we had 3 title fights on the last UFC card. Elite level fighting. Masvidal, huge draw, right? As well as the 3 titles. Jake Paul outsold that. Guaranteed. Not a doubt in me fucking mind. You had 3 title fights and you still couldn't match Jake Paul. That's a fact. Look at the internet. Look at all the traction. Look at the numbers, the way it was trending. There's no fucking way they matched Jake Paul's fight. No way.
I don't believe anything they say. That's a fucking circus. That's not a real... None of that's real. I mean, do you think any of that shit that's going on over there is real?
I'm pretty sure Justin Bieber, one of the biggest music stars in the world, really turned up in real life for a fuck ton of money. So they must be getting that money from somewhere. Dana, he's hiding behind we do the best versus the best and we are proper sports. And that is true to a degree. Ultimately, Dana is driven by numbers. He's driven by success. And there's a little bit of him that's slightly annoyed by this YouTube kid with gloves on making some fucking big money because he knows his fighters are going to be looking at how much money Jake's pulling in and the fact that he's then paying out his opponents pretty much more than most UFC fighters will make in their fucking career ever. Jake's responded though. Dana, you claimed you'd bet $1 million on me losing. Set up Askren to train with Freddie Roach, gave him full access to the UFC gym and still got his ass handed to him. Seems like you're a real douche. In my 3rd fight, I made more money in total pay than any fighter in UFC history. Maybe it's time you pay your fighters their fair share. No wonder they all want to get into boxing. Dana, you say you make the fights fans want to see, so hurry up and make Jones versus Ngannou. Pay them their fair share. 10 million purse for each guy plus pay-per-view. Why are UFC fighters so underpaid versus boxers? Why did I make more in my 3rd fight than all but Khabib and Conor in UFC history? I know why. Oh, good tweet. Hate him, love him. The guy just fucking put the pressure on Dana White after what Dana had been saying. This says what people are saying. Heartbreaking. The worst person you know just made a great point. It do be facts though. People are agreeing with Jake on this. Like, we want Jones versus Ngannou. The whole criticism Dana always made of boxing is you do not get the best versus the best over there. So many titles, so many divisions, so many promoters. As we're seeing with Fury versus Joshua, just to get them to agree on a date and a time and everything. It's such a nightmare. But Dana was always like, you don't have that problem with the UFC. Well, we're starting to. Getting people to fight more frequently, like, you know, the negotiation problems with Masvidal, with Conor McGregor, John Jones, as Jake quoted. Why do we not get Jones versus Ngannou? Why is there such a problem with money? I don't really like Jones that much, but some of the things he said about how much money he's made for the UFC versus how much he's been paid, fucked over. There's just no two ways about it. If Dana was slightly annoyed by Jake Paul before that tweet, he fucking hates him now. A lot of UFC fighters are going to read that tweet and be like, fair fucking play. The kid's fighting for us there. He's speaking up for us. Don't get me wrong. He's just doing it to piss Dana White off probably. But Jake is a UFC fan and he looks up to some of those fighters. Fair play. So UFC 261 took place on the weekend and it was class, to be honest with you. Loads of finishes. I really enjoyed the card. Let's have a little look what happened. I must admit, I never expected to see Valentina taking down Andrade, because, how do you say her name again? Andrade. Valentina's just unstoppable. At that weight, no one's gonna fuck with her. No way. Beasting her. Just fucking beast in her. She's just mentally getting defeated as well as physically here. This is just demoralizing the fuck out of her. I feel like Andrade literally gave up like before this even happened. I think she just knew, like, if I can't fuck with her in the clinch, I got no chance tonight. These punches, they're small punches, but they, you know, she's defenseless here. She's gonna go down as one of the greatest female fighters ever. There's just no doubt about it. I just haven't taken to her. Her personality hasn't really clicked with me, but the skills are undoubted. Andrade is just one of those gatekeeper level fighters who, you know, she's gonna beat a lot of people, but she ain't never gonna fucking be champ. Not again. I know she beat Rose, but Rose was handing her ass, and she just slammed her on her head, and to me it was a lucky win. Like, all right, credit, she had to do it, but she ain't never beaten Rose again either. So, speaking of Rose, I've always loved Rose. I think she's a quality fighter. The way her movement is in the cage is unbelievable. Her personality shines through in interviews. I really wanted her to win the belt back. You know, I think she got unlucky with the way she lost it. And mentally, she's been quite open about like mental health struggles and stuff like that. And she's like a really warm, caring person. And you know, in female MMA, sometimes you don't get to see that side because they have to be like this fighter. So it's nice that she's got a soft side to her that really just, I like her. You know what I mean? She's nice. She was saying, I'm the best. And I think that's to help her mental side of the game, because that was the one thing I remember talking to Gio before we watched the UFC, and it was like, if the best Rose shows up, she wins. It's whether or not she mentally is in that place. Zhang doesn't look like she's in any way threatened before this. I don't think she realized like the level of fighter she was in there with, because she's just ran through people generally. And I think she probably just thought this will be no different. I mean, she's 21-1. So you can see why she'd be fucking confident. Like, when you're watching Rose, the angles are constantly changing. The head is never in one spot for very long, and that's important for fighting Zhang, who is a destroyer. The minute you stay still, she's going to come forward and take your fucking head off. So Rose never did that. She didn't let her give her a second to set and go forward. It was always, you see, when she comes forward there, as you see here, she thinks she's got Rose in one place, and Rose is out of the way. No fucking way. Changing angles, never in one spot. Beautiful jab, and she's positioning her there.
Of those inside low kicks.
That was a thing of beauty, that. Zhang complaining as she can barely walk it's a sad sight. That was because in her mind before this fight, she did not think she was in that much danger with Rose. She thought she'd do to her what she did to everyone, and that's why she can't take it right now. I fucking love Joe Rogan, me. Like, I absolutely fucking love him. They have an absolute superstar on their hands with Rose if they can promote her the right way. The woman is kind, caring. Her post-match interviews are great. She looks like a little bloody model, you know, with her like shaven head and cheekbones and that. She's got a look about her that's very different to a lot of the other female fighters. Her interviews are fantastic. So I think they should push her to the moon. This is a rivalry I'll be sad to see go. I could watch these two fight every week. I know the first fight wasn't the best, but the competitiveness, they are proper fighters, and I think they've brought out the best in each other. See that 1-2, that got a reaction out of Masvidal. That face he's pulling there is, fuck, you got me good. I know he's playing it off because he's a street fighter and that's what he does, but that was a sign of things to come very early. That's a minute into this fight. Brilliant 1-2 from Usman. I think it caught Masvidal off guard. A lot of people, Masvidal himself probably thought he had a massive advantage on the feet, and the reality is, going off of old Usman fights, he probably did, but Usman is evolving quickly. What a slam. What a slam. I love the fact that even when Masvidal gets taken down, he never stops fighting, constantly giving everything he can to just do any damage he can. When they get up, they're both fucking tired. You can see they're both tired here. They've just been wrestling. You can see Usman backing up there, not as composed as what he normally is, because he's fucking tired, but he recomposes very quickly. Boom, straight right hand. And that wobbled Masvidal big time there. That fucking really wobbled him, that. The two biggest punches in that round came from Usman, without a doubt. Jab as well, completely fucking makes him look at the ceiling. Usman's just getting so fucking good. This is Masvidal. Remember how average Masvidal made Nate Diaz look? Like, Masvidal is elite on the feet. This is the only thing Usman has to watch out for, is leaving himself exposed with that power shot. You know, when he's throwing those heavy ones, he overcommitted a bit there. When Masvidal's having success, Usman's just so unfazed, and that's what I appreciate about Usman in a lot of the fights I've seen. Like, mentally, he is so strong. He doesn't get broken down, or, you know, his confidence doesn't seem to leave him no matter what. Like, that chin and that state of mind is like, you bring the fight, I will outfight you. It doesn't matter how hard we have to go, I will push harder than you will. That's what makes this guy special to me. He's getting better at changing the angle, stepping in and landing that jab. You know, it's quite a tricky thing to do because you're putting yourself in a vulnerable position, but he's timing people well now. We've got to remember, this guy started as a wrestler, just pure wrestling. See, that counter left was actually decent from Masvidal, to be fair. Masvidal baits him, comes in, counter left. Clever. But not clever enough, because Usman beats the fuck out of him. Yeah, like, and Jesus. This is the dog in Usman. He is not deterred, mentally not fazed by you laughing, by you smiling. He's coming in. Anyone who didn't believe in Usman, you've been converted. I don't want to hear anything. This guy is the fucking real deal. Like, when you think of the word champion, you think of someone who takes on all challengers, who will out-determine you, outskill you, outwill you, do whatever it takes to secure that win. To me, that's what Usman is. He is the definition of a champion. And the fact that he was never satisfied with just getting the belt, but that he wanted to have an era of dominance. He's now chasing Anderson Silva for like most wins in the UFC and shit like that. Most title wins or whatever the fuck it is. Crazy, man. That's how good this guy is. We need to give him the roses while he's still here and still champion, and not be looking back at him wishing we'd appreciated him later. People compared this guy to JSP. There's just no comparison. Like, JSP was a great champion, and for his era he was fantastic. He combined wrestling and stand-up really well. You know, he had it all. But Usman is just better. I mean, JSP never did that to a striker. Colby Covington, in my opinion, was better than JSP. So fuck knows what Usman is, right? I know that might trigger you lot. That's just how I honestly see it. And I give my honest opinion despite what some of you think. That's the type of shot it was going to take the KO Masvidal. There's no shame in losing like that. And there's no shame to losing to the best in the world. And I think people need to still respect Masvidal. Like, he brought out the absolute best in Usman. I think that's it for me. Like, Usman pound for pound number one. Khabib was that. Obviously he retired, but even still, I mean, he's now got more title defenses than Khabib. He's shown better stand-up than Khabib, for sure. And he's, you know, maybe not quite as good a wrestler as Khabib, but I think he's a more well-rounded fighter than Khabib. Is he as dominant as Khabib? Probably not, but lately he's been finishing everyone and he's doing it in devastating fashion. I actually think he's fighting better fighters than Khabib for, arguably. So to me, even if Khabib was still in the UFC, I'd probably have Usman number one pound for pound. I know this might be triggering you. Khabib is amazing. I'm not taking anything away. I'm just saying, right now, Usman is showing me stuff that I'm just like, you are one complete, well-rounded champion. You know, if you look at all the other weight classes, I see more weaknesses in people's games than Usman. Usman, for me, is the most well-rounded fighter, and that's what pound for pound really means to me, you know? Like, you have the tools to find a way to beat anyone if we were all equal in size. It's a bit ridiculous anyway, because let's be honest, the guy to the left-hand side of Usman right now, he is the real pound for pound champion. Heavyweight champion beats everyone, right? End of story. Africa is killing it in the UFC right now. They are smashing it with Adesanya, Usman, and Ngannou, the three kings. I love that little, it's like some sort of wrestling group from WA or something, like, you know, I fucking love the friendship between those guys, and it's nice to see like that brotherhood where they're just like got each other's back, always supporting each other and kicking ass. I rated the respect between Masvidal and Usman after the fight. I think they came across great. The crazy thing is, back to Conor McGregor, he's had something to say about Usman. So McGregor tweeted, Usman is copying my shots now, because he'd been copying some of his lines in his interviews. Am I going to fight this guy at some stage? I think so. So can't be copying my words, my shots, and not get a smack for it. I like 170. It's mine soon. That just sounds delusional to me. I mean, you've literally just been finished at 155, pal. Obviously, the difference being in the punch, Usman's shot actually knocked out Masvidal. Conor's shot didn't knock out Dustin, because he got knocked out by Dustin and lost at 155, let alone fighting the pound for pound king, in my opinion, at 170. But Usman's responded, except when I touch you at 170, you go out. They don't even go out at 155 anymore for you. I finish people. You get finished. Great response, by the way. I know Usman's not Mr. Trash Talk, but I mean, just big facts. Conor responds, relax there, carbuncles. You big, spotty back pox. You were ringside last time I fought at 170. 40 seconds is all it took. Against Donald Cerrone, just to be absolutely clear. The last meaningful win Conor McGregor had was 5 fucking years ago against Eddie Alvarez at 155. Why did you reschedule Burns' fight? What was the reason that never was given to the public? Why that already signed fight was rescheduled? Conor's alluding to something. He then says, never in all my time in this business, which is long before these bums, have I seen a fight signed and yet rescheduled with no reason given. So a fight that can recover from undisclosed injuries. Excuse me, what? He then says, fuck these juice heads anyway. So basically he's claiming Usman is on steroids or whatever. I don't give a bollocks. I'm calling it as it is. Biggest balls in Ireland. Send me in and I'll pop that big pimple. Back in the day when Conor would tweet like this, it would be fun because, you know, he might actually fight the guy. He was winning a lot of fights. It was amping up something that could actually happen one day, and the old Mystic Mac thing. Now it's just a bit sad. You know, he hasn't won a meaningful fight in 5 years, you know, let alone fighting someone who's absolutely destroying at 170 right now. He literally got knocked out at his last fight at 155 by someone who isn't the champion yet. Dustin Poirier isn't the champion. Calling out Usman when you haven't even beaten Poirier in the last fight, it sounds like he's just like lost it. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know, if McGregor did that, it would make him fucking the GOAT, for Christ's sake. But right now, Kamaru Usman is actually on his way to becoming the GOAT, or one of them at least. McGregor's just chat. You know, a lot of fucking tweeting and posting stories, flashing his watches. You know, I see him on holiday and all of that, and I think to myself, if you ain't fucking on it, Dustin's gonna win again. And that's the end of this fucking these tweets. You can't fucking tweet Usman. You can't even at Usman when you can't beat Dustin Poirier. You shouldn't even be mentioning Usman. I'm sorry. We had to watch it. Jesus, Chris Weidman is the most unlucky bastard. I mean, I feel like Chris Weidman got so lucky in beating Anderson Silva twice when he really should never have. And now all of the bad luck is sort of accumulated later. It's mental. This poor guy, I feel sorry for him. It was an awful injury. I hope he gets better soon, but this guy's been getting finished a lot as well. But now with an injury like that, like, it's probably time to go, innit? It's probably time to just kind of fuck this, man. I'm broken. Do you know what I mean? Get well soon, Chris. Bless him. That was awful. Is that the worst injury? Like, we've seen a few of them. Obviously, Anderson Silva kicked him in the leg, and that happened to Anderson. What kind of weird poetic shit is this? So that was this week in fighting. I hope you enjoyed the show. Hit the like button. Subscribe to True Geordie Extra. I put all my videos here that are fight related. And yeah, appreciate all the nice comments you've been leaving lately. Thanks very much. See you later.